Where do you think the Niners are going to finish in the NFC West this year? They won the division last year,
Okay.
but they got a quarterback room and not a quarterback starter. So what do you think?
There's 4 teams. Let's start from the bottom. See where we agree.
I think we can agree on the bottom team.
The cellar dweller, right? Is
Cellar dweller.
Arizona.
They stink.
Arizona. They suck. And
Wow.
this is an organization that makes every wrong move.
Mhm.
Every wrong move.
Hold on. You knew when they were screwed when they leaked that information about Kyler Murray not doing his homework and that there was a clause in the contract that he needed to do his homework and they gave him the contract anyway. Like, what are you guys doing? Either you believe in him as a pro or you don't. What are you doing here? So that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. So we can agree that there's major suckage there, not only for that team in the NFC West, but in the whole league. That's one of the worst franchises in the whole league, right?
Yeah, like if they could relegate the Cardinals, they should.
Right.
They're that bad.
Okay. So, number 3, I'm going with the Rams.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm going with the Rams too, but it's not a foregone conclusion that they're going to be the third team. I think people might be underrating the Rams a little bit this year. They were miserably injured last year. But as long as Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Aaron Donald are healthy at the same time, it's a team that could beat you any week. It's a 500 team.
Okay, let me say
this.
It's
a 500 team.
I think Aaron Donald is overrated. I do.
That might be. He's still really good, though. He may be overrated. He's not the greatest player of all time. He's not. But he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
I think he takes plays off.
It's true. I'll still take him over Eric Armstead. I'm sorry.
Fine. Oh, me too.
Yeah, I'll still take him over Eric
principle.
Armstead.
I'll take him.
Yeah, but forget Aaron Donald and that whole defense. I'm talking the quarterback.
How about the quarterback? I'm not so sure about that quarterback. First of all,
he hasn't been healthy in a minute.
How's his arm?
I don't know.
So I'm comfortable with them at number 3.
That's fair. I
think we're going to disagree.
Okay.
Who's your number 3 team?
Number 2?
I'm an idiot. Number 2.
The 49ers.
Tell us why they're number 2.
They have a hell of a roster. The defense is terrific, although at some point that defense is going to fall off a little bit, and they're on their 3rd defensive coordinator. And I like Steve Wilkes, but is there going to be a rough transition here with the defense? And as good as the weapons are on offense, they're great weapons from McCaffrey to Ayuk and Kittle to Debo. The offensive line is a weakness, and they don't have a starting quarterback. So I feel like the team ahead of the 49ers that I think in this division has a good offensive line and a quarterback that didn't miss a game last year. So that stability at those 2 critical spots, I think is going to give them an edge. The Niners were way better than this team last year, but this team is very young. They had a bunch of high draft picks that the Niners didn't have, and Pete Carroll is great at coaching young players. He's done this before. You think of them being a year away, but I think they're there right now. Seattle as the number 1 team.
Okay, so you have Niners 2 and Seattle 1.
Yeah.
I reverse it. I have Seattle 2 and the Niners 1. I want to preface by saying I think the NFC West is weak. I used to think it was the strongest division. I don't anymore. I don't like Seattle's quarterback. What's his name? That guy?
Geno
Smith, right?
Uh-huh.
He makes some very good plays, and he has a strong arm. He also makes some really bad plays, Iggy. I just don't feel he's a top of the line competitor. I don't.
Ooh. Okay. I wouldn't.
Does that offend you?
I didn't think you were going to say that. No, it's fine. That's fair. I was going to say though, if you put the Niners quarterback room in Seattle, the whole thing, that you could have it, Geno's still starting for them.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. So yeah, say what you want about Geno, but he's better than what the Niners have.
I have to agree with that. Okay.
Yeah.
I also feel that it's true that Pete Carroll is an excellent defensive mind, but not offensive. And they strike me year after year as having a very stodgy or vanilla offense.
Super.
I don't like the way they play. I'm not wild about their quarterback. I just
I'm with you on that.
It's not a team I believe in. So
the best thing, their best play on offense for 10 years was Russell Wilson running around for 10 years.
Right.
It was. And now they can't do that anymore. You're right. Okay, I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a dilemma with the Niners. I'm putting them first on listen, I'm putting them first on overall talent. I think Seattle has a better head coach.
Yeah.
This guy's won a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Pete? Okay. This other guy hasn't won a Super Bowl. I think, excuse me, Pete's a better head coach. And Pete does have a better quarterback. But I think the talent gap is extraordinary. And in spite of the fact that the Niners don't have a quarterback but have a quarterback room, I eke them ahead. E-K-E. I eke them ahead of Seattle.
I just feel like the Niners are flirting with disaster. I think they're flirting with disaster this year because they're not preparing any quarterback to start. Okay. Not one. What they're doing, I'll make that my last point. What they're doing is hoping and praying Brock Purdy comes back before week 1. He's not going to have OTAs, mini camp, training camp, preseason. He might have 3 weeks of practice. That's risky. So if Brock Purdy didn't have this injury and had the whole offseason, I would put the Niners number 1. But he did get injured. He's not going to have the offseason. So either he starts and he's not ready, or Trey Lance starts off an offseason where he split reps with Sam Darnold, or Darnold starts in an offseason where he split reps with Trey. I don't think any of these guys are going to be ready.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe they'll get ready halfway through the year.
Here's what I want to say. This is obviously the place for a bet.
Ooh.
We need to make a bet.
Okay.
What? Okay. So let's define
half a case.
Bet. Ooh, I love
half a case.
Half a case. Kermit Lynch.
Yeah, half a case.
Half a case.
Based on who if the Niners finish above the Seahawks in the division, I owe you a half a case. If the Seahawks finish above the Niners, you owe me half a case.
Let me put something else. What if another team finishes above both of them, like the Rams? What if the Rams finish ahead of both of those?
I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters. I think all that matters is yeah. Now, the only way no one wins is if the Niners and the Seahawks have the same exact record at the end of the year.
Right. That's a push.
Yeah. But they probably would be a tiebreaker somehow. You know what I mean? So we'll have a tiebreaker.
So let me ask you a question. This is a good bet. Will we remember it?
I think the people in the comment section will. It's an easy bet to remember. Niners versus Seahawks. I pick Seahawks. You pick Niners. Half a case. I can remember that.
I'd like it to be a half a case of red.
Red, of course. Red.
Okay.
Are we going frog? Or does it not matter?
Well, they have some good Italian over there.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
It's true.
So it's a mixed case.
Okay, sounds good.
How about that?
Everyone thinks you're going to win.
They do?
Everyone thinks Lowell is taking candy from his baby.
Because they're 49er fans. I'm not a fan, but...
All right. Well, we're an hour in.
The baby is a lot richer than me.